Dude, Brad, I'm outraged, man. You're not going to believe what I found on Rotten Tomatoes today.
What is it?
Dude, I found, one of my personal favorite movies is The Stranger's Prey at Night. I absolutely love that movie. It's in my top 25 horror movies of all time. But it has a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, what the hell?
Oh, it's a little too high, but let's get into it.
Oh my, I guess so. Let's freaking get into this debate.
What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. We're in for the good real, so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the Britman's over there, and welcome back to the Rotten Reaction segment, where we take our favorite horror movies, check out those Rotten Tomatoes reviews, and see if it deserves the score that it has. At this point, we got, a 40 for Strangers Prey at Night, the sequel to The Strangers?
Yeah.
40% with 127 reviews, Britman. That's a little low for you, isn't it?
This bullshit. I'm just gonna go ahead and just be blunt about this. It's bullshit. Audience score bullshit as well. They expected this movie to be like the original Strangers, but it's like kind of like what you said. We love different on this channel, and this movie was different and wants to get punished versus getting rewarded. I call bullshit.
Whoa, let's take a look and see what they have to say as a consensus. They say The Strangers Prey at Night may appeal to the fans of the original who've been, well, not really, but I guess if they're saying it, the fans of the original who've been jonesing for a sequel, but its thin story and ironic embrace of genre tropes add up to the bloody step back. Ooh, the bloody step back, Bretman. What do you got to say about that?
Like my boy Dr. Phil, bullshit.
I wanted to say you posted in a review here from our boy Lee McCoy from Drum Dums.
Yes, sir. Always got to give him a shout out. I know he is a Rotten Tomato reviewer, so I'm going to be happy to read his because I absolutely agree with him. Prey at Night is one of the most effective modern slashers in years. Madison and Pullman are the heart and soul of this vehicle, with a strong relationship heavy on the likability factor. Be prepared for a refreshing and unconventional third act. 8 out of 10. Personally would do a 9 out of 10, but I absolutely agree for the most part of what freaking Drum Dem said.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't, but
and we're gonna put this out here. Brad does not like this movie. I love this movie, and one of our good friends of the channel, Destiny, absolutely loves this movie. So, but yeah, we're here. I'm gonna do my best to defend this movie.
I like it okay. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, whatever. We'll see what. This is one of yours as well from Demond Fudge, Mr. Fudge.
KCCI from Des Moines, Iowa, said that Prey by Night is Prey at Night, you dipshit. Takes everything about the original and feeds it through the generic slasher film meat grinder, an insult to its own predecessor. I have never much else to say about that because you got the title wrong anyway, but I'm just going to entertain you here, Mr. Fudge, that it's like this sequel was trying to be different. If every freaking movie was just like the original, eventually you'll get tired of the franchise or just get tired of the movies. So it just decided to take a nice different direction, and I really appreciate what it did. And plus, if you like The Strangers, just fucking watch The Strangers.
I will say this guy, I can fudge off because he can't even get the freaking name of the movie right. But yeah, whatever. I'll put in one here from Amy West from Empire magazine. She said, with a infuriatingly dim-witted characters and generic slasher movie feel, The Strangers Prey at Night is a surprisingly tame and forgettable rehash. Yes, I agree with Amy, man. These characters are so fucking stupid in the movie that I've picked several reviews that display this, man. Yeah, right on, Amy. Spot on. I agree with that.
I knew you would pick that damn one once I read about it. And my only counteractive, if characters don't make stupid decisions, you don't get a horror movie. But let's see what Andrew Murray from The Upcoming has to say. Perhaps one day, Prey at Night, thank you for getting the title right, will find itself invited to join the ranks of beloved trash horror. But for now, this is another shameless sequel with nothing going for it other than its name, and even that isn't much. Bullshit. It's not trash horror. It's good horror. It's a good slasher movie, and it has great score, very good kills for what the limited amount of kills they do have in this movie. So yeah, Andrew, fuck off.
Andrew, I do disagree that it's hard to say that this movie doesn't have anything going for it. I think it does have a few things going for it. It pales in comparison to the first one. Let's see. Rindy Jones from Rindy Reviews, very original. I like that name. That's cool. Such stellar screenwriting consists of each character screaming to the killer, "Leave us alone, live her alone," whenever they're 2 minutes away from being killed. Yes, another thing, dude. They do. Remember that one in the bathroom when she's like, "Oh, come kill me now," and like, yeah, 0.5 out of 5. Yeah, that's a good score.
You're telling me that this person gives this movie a 0.5 out of 5, and they haven't even attempted to watch Dr. Giggles.
I don't know if they've done that or not, but I concur. I think the writing is atrocious. So, Randy, I don't think your name's super original, but I do agree with this review. Sorry, here's the next one.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to Andrew anymore. I want to talk to Tom from Flickering Myth. He says, although a semi-literate reference for the history of the genre is laudable, these homages are so overt as to distract from the tension and the scares. Well, first off, that was a tongue twister to read, so I already don't like you already, Tom. But secondly, talk about being distraction from the tension and scares. This movie has so much tension, and it has some damn good scares. I always get scared with the freaking like car running into the trailer. Like that thing always scares me. So instead of laudable, that's laughable.
Get out of here, Tom. Though I'm not disagreeing with you, my friend. Roger Moore, not the James Bond version, but the other one from Movie Nation, says "Dumber than dumber." Dumber than dumb. Wow. Dumber than, that's a tongue twister, but I agree. Yeah, it is pretty dumb at times. Since that one's short, I'm going to go ahead and see what Sarah's got to say from the Digital Journal. What filmmakers likely thought was an homage to one of the greatest 70s horror movies plays more like a ripoff. Yes, although 80s instead of 70s, this straight feels like dude.
Sarah.
But the opening though is a straight ripoff. I will concur of Stranger Things, and yeah, man, the same font and everything.
Was the Demogorgon in the Strangers Pray at Night?
No, there's no. I'm talking about the font, like the font and the music at the beginning. It's a straight ripoff of the title from Strangers.
Okay, you know what? I'll actually agree with you. That's fair.
There's a lot of rip-offs in this thing, man. I will concur with that one, Sarah, as well. Here you go, Redman.
All right, Kimberly Elizabeth from Nightmare on Film Street. I like the name. Pray at Night is an adequate sequel, but a terrible The Strangers follow-up. It does have it does have the 3 mass killers, and they follow the same template as the original, so it's not that terrible.
I agree, though. Like, I think the first one had so much more tension and suspense in it, and then they just kind of went straight slasher with this one. So I can see what she's saying there,
but Brad, don't you like different?
I mean, yeah, I like different from all the other slashers, though. That's what was good about The Strangers, the first one, is it was different. Jeff Beck from the Blue Spot with no E. He says The Strangers Pray at Night marks a perplexing and unsatisfying end to the 10-year wait for a sequel to the thrilling original. I agree with that. Thrilling original. Replacing the tension. This is just what I was saying. Replacing the tension and excitement with inexplicable character decisions that will merely leave you scratching your head every time, dude. Takes me right out, leaves me scratching my head.
This movie still has tension, though. Like, I know they still focus on the slasher part of things, but this movie still had tension to it.
I couldn't find any, dude. There's some good atmosphere, but I couldn't find any tension.
Well, Rebecca from Film Journal International said, the team behind Pray at Night is great at building tension and atmosphere. One only wishes they knew how to deliver a payoff. I thought the payoff was freaking great when the freaking kid killed one of the strangers, and then he went to the man in the mask going, how did that feel? How does that fucking feel? And because, like, you're invested into the 2 children and their character. Like, you're invested into the family. So I thought the payoff was good. So
the pool part was really cool. Yeah, I could get behind that. I think the pool scene was really good. That whole fight in there was really, really well done.
And the truck on fire, too.
Yeah, that was a little extra. But I did like, yeah, you know, I'll give you that, too. That was kind of cool, too.
Thank you.
I'll give you that. Yeah, that was some of the highlights of the movies. I thought the tension is where it lacked, but the payoff was actually not that bad. We just read Jeff's. Let's look at the freaking Jim Judy from Screen It. Nice. ends up suffering badly from a case of unbelievable behavior once again that distracts the viewer, yes it does, and thus removes them from what should have been the tension and horrors of the situation. Absolutely could not agree more, my friend. I completely concur. And I think, did I? Yeah, sorry. I did throw a little extra in here, Brody, just because
Oh, no, you go right ahead.
Kiko Martinez from San Antonio Current says turns the frightening scenario of home invasion into a conventional slasher movie where everyone runs around with the killers while the killers walk menacingly and wield kitchen knives and drag axes on the ground. Yeah, again, they take out that freaking. The first one was scary as shit, and I did not get scared once at this one because it was just very conventional. Again, it had its fun moments. I'm not going to completely trash the movie. I think it had fun moments, but yes, it does sacrifice some of that great stuff that was in the first one. So I agree.
You also forgot an ice pick.
Yes, well, there was an ice pick too. Yes, and then lastly, from Peter Hartlob from the San Francisco Chronicle. He says the actions of the family in Pray at Night rarely acknowledge logic and often seem to deliberately be mocking common sense. Yes, again, have all day, every day, dude. It's really, really bad when it comes to that shit. But yeah, that's it.
It's a fucking horror movie. You're supposed to make dumb mistakes or you get no movie.
That doesn't mean you got to have a bunch of chumsicles out there trying to hump a doorknob. I mean, like, it's just like you got to have some kind of logic in there.
Oh my gosh, whatever, man. So those are some of the freaking rotten reviews. For me, mostly it's rotten. So I just got to ask you, Brett, do you agree with 40%? And what would you give a percentile?
I actually think, yeah, I would actually put it about 40 to 50. Somewhere in that ballpark. Maybe we'll call it 45, maybe a little bit higher. I think that's fair. I do think there's redeeming qualities of the movie. It's not one that I never want to watch. I think it is kind of fun. It's got a fun soundtrack and some good moments, but it's not really something that I could really say is a good movie because of how freaking atrocious some of the writing is.
Yeah, and I will do way higher up too. I would get this like around the 80%. I'll do it around the 80 percentile because I feel like it's trying to do something different. The cast on this film had a wonderful time and loved each other for it. And I think the third act is absolutely great. And we also have one of the actual best soundtrack albums within the horror genre in this movie.
I would concur. I really do enjoy the soundtrack. I like the setting. I like some of the atmosphere. But yeah, I like writing, man. I like a good story. And
plus, Bailey Madison is absolutely great. And I'm glad she's coming back to the horror genre with her new movie coming out soon.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, those are our percentiles. We'd like to hear from you. What do you all think about The Strangers Pray at Night, and what percentile do you think it deserves? Let us know in that comment section down below, and let's get that discussion rolling.
And what I'm saying to you is we're supposed to defend the movies. No, we're supposed to defeat the critics, not join them. Whatever it is. Brettman picked this movie. He knows I don't like it. I'm sorry, but here we go. If you want to help us find the good reels, you can find us at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. Those links are down below for you to find.
And not these. And be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. But of course, ring that bell, ding, 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 so you all know when the next set of Rotten Reactions is up and ready. And I'm going to go ahead and get out here because apparently you can make love out of nothing at all. So,
yeah, dude, get lost.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go hang out with Kiko or whatever his name was. Dude.
Total Eclipse of the Heart, man. So I'm out here.